on here. This is pretty cool because this allows us to have a disposable email, and you can also utilize this to forward your emails from trash mail to Proton Mail if you want to take another layer of being even safer. Okay. Now, for me, trash mail is more of a.
Gonna share my screen.
If you know that you're doing a lot of stuff with a lot of different, exchanges, maybe there's an exchange that isn't that reputable, right? But you want to try it out, but you don't when you want to have those extra notifications coming through your email. You could run it through trash mail, and if it's just bombing you with just spam, just get rid of it, right? Start up a new one, right? So it's really other one. So if someone ever tries to hack your trash mail, you ran into my garbage email. Congratulations, right? They can't hack the forwarded email just because they don't know where it's being forwarded to. They just hacked this one, right? They tried to get into that one. So it just gives you that ability to have that extra layer of security. And I just think it's really, really important to have that ability to say, okay, cool, I have options. I'm not just focusing on one. Now, also with Proton Mail, it allows you to have that extra layer of security as well, guys. So when you go to protonmail.com, all right, should look something like, let's see. Oh, no, this is not it. This is not it. Let's see. I may have upgraded the website. I see. Yeah, I guess they did. So with this here, with protonmail.com, guys, I just want you guys to know, this email for me has been the game changer when it came to, keeping myself secure, keeping things out of the reach of nefarious actors trying to come in and utilize. I guess so many customers now have been joining up on Protonmail. Everybody's been utilizing it. Yeah, they are based in Switzerland, so definitely this is the one. So when you guys are getting excited about, getting involved in crypto, setting up your portfolios and things like that, you got to set it up, family. There's just no way around it. All right. So definitely go ahead, get that set up. I need you guys to definitely go ahead and get involved right now. The other thing is this, and I get this question a lot. When you guys are just getting started and you say, okay, Kurt, is it okay if I utilize things like VPNs, right? I live in this part of the world and they don't let me utilize, this or that website, or this exchange won't allow me to get involved. If you're utilizing a VPN, it's definitely up to you, right? I'm not going to recommend a VPN for you guys. There's plenty of websites you can research that will give you reputable VPNs that have pretty good, reviews and things like that. It's not hard to find, trust me. But the thing about VPNs are, I don't suggest utilizing them to try to get involved with exchanges. All right. If you're utilizing them because you're out, let's say you're doing some sort of, work at a coffee shop, right? And you don't want to have your information on an open network like a coffee shop or a library, a connection. VPNs, phenomenal, right? Hide your IP. That way somebody who might be into doing some nefarious things can't just log into your stuff and take advantage of you, right? So for those reasons, yes, if you're trying to go ahead and be slick and get onto an exchange that your country's already said, you can't do it, I would not recommend it, because the moment that VPN either skips a beat or you forget to do something you're supposed to do, all of those funds you may have on there may be locked on there. It's just not worth it, right? The juice isn't worth the squeeze. So definitely recommend you guys doing your research if you decide to do that, but use a VPN for the right reasons if you choose to do so. All right, guys? If you don't know what a VPN is, it simply just masks your IP, so it shows that your connection or your computer may be showing up from a different part of the world, right? So anybody who may be trying to figure out where you are or who you are can't automatically find you inside of your network, right? It's just a really neat way of utilizing the internet and being anonymous the entire time. All right. Now, the other thing is this. When we have our cryptocurrency and we're getting all started, we're just getting involved, we're setting up our Proton mails or our trash mail or whatever emails we're going to be utilizing. The next thing I want you guys to realize is when we're starting to get involved, I want you guys to set up a few things first before you even think about grabbing your crypto, right? So the next thing I want you guys to do is to download the FTX app, okay? Downloading the FTX app is cool because, one, yes, it has an exchange. It is an exchange. We've heard of the FTX arena. Crypto has become this amazing thing that the world is now gravitating towards, but we already knew that was coming. But the FTX app is really cool because it has another feature inside of it that allows you to actually track your holdings. So what do I mean when I say track your holdings? Essentially, this app allows you to say, you know what? I may have 15 Cardano and 17 Ethereum and 27 Bitcoin, whatever you may have, right? I know some of you guys are like, yes, I claim it, right? But if you have those holdings, I don't want you storing your cryptocurrencies on your phone. That's something that we never do. We're going to get deeper into that in a moment. But in order for you guys to keep track of it and not ever have to have your security be at risk, you can simply plug in your actual holdings manually into this app. So that way it keeps the values in real time, but your crypto is never on the app. So what you'll do is you'll download the app. When you get onto it, it'll basically have like a thing to actually register and things like that. And then from there, if you scroll over to the bottom, it should say more. When you click more, I think there's a tab at the top that says track. And once you go to the track tab, from there, you'll see like a little plus icon, and it'll allow you to go ahead and start actually tracking all of your holdings, right? So I don't know if I can show you guys this directly from my phone, but at the very top, you'll see it says, you probably can't see it, but it's a button at the top that says track. Down there, that little plus, you'll click that, and you'll hit that plus, and now you'll be able to just actually go ahead and manually enter into that app your cryptocurrency holdings, right? It's really, really powerful because this keeps you secure, right? So back in the day, this app used to be called Blockfolio. They got bought out by FTX. And they just added a slew of new features to it. So I still utilize it. I still track my holdings here. I don't hold any cryptocurrency inside of this app. You could if you wanted to now because it's an actual exchange and all that good stuff. But I still recommend just utilizing for what it's for. Phenomenal tracker, has almost every exchange, almost every cryptocurrency in here. Even some of the newer ones that get added, they actually show up inside of this app. So it's really, really cool. I strongly suggest you guys utilize this because what I found out is a lot of students, they'll get involved with crypto, and all of a sudden they're downloading, all these apps. They get Coinbase, they get the Binance app, they get the Kraken, and they get crypto.com. Not the right thing to do. All right, there's nothing wrong with utilizing the app, utilizing Binance, utilizing crypto.com, utilizing Coinbase. But when you have it, then you need to be moving it someplace else. So what do I mean when I say moving someplace else? We're getting there. All right. But after that, just want to make sure you guys are understanding that this is like one of the things we have to do when we just get started. Please don't skip the stages. Everything I'm telling you guys is for a reason, and you'll realize moving forward that this is for your own good, okay? The next thing I want you guys to look into is a website called Lil Snitch, all right? I know you like, Kurt, what are you talking about? This website is called Little Snitch because what it does is it allows you to track and see all the different websites that you connect to see if they're actually connecting back to you to utilize your data. So it says as soon as you connect to the internet, applications can potentially send whatever they want to send, where they want. Most often they do this to your benefit, but sometimes in like some cases of tracking software, Trojans or malware don't, right? So you have the ability to see what's going on. So like when your computer's connected, you can see which computers outside of yours are reconnecting, sending signals back and forth. And you can choose to block certain sites if you don't know what that site is, right? If you don't trust it, you don't like it, you have the option to actually say, you know what? Nope, that one's got to go. I've never been on that website. I don't like it. I don't want to be around anything around that one. They got to go, right? So it gives you that ability to go ahead and block it. Now, this service does cost, but I feel like if you're, moving some good amount of crypto around, it definitely helps to have some extra little, mental security, because you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if these people have my best interests at heart. I want to make sure my computer is not vulnerable. I want to make sure that I'm not being taken for granted or taken advantage of by any website. So it gives you that ability to just say, you know what? I don't trust this website in whatever part of the world, and I don't remember connecting to that site. I've never seen it before. You go log on to it. It looks weird. You can block it, right? Gives you that ability. So now you have that power to make that choice, right? And I keep telling you guys, security is everything. As cryptocurrency holders, we are the first and last line of defense. So I know a lot of times people get excited because they see the gains here, but if you don't know how to protect yourself properly, you could definitely do yourself a disservice, family. So it's really, really important that you have this, right? So yeah, little snitches is lit. It's lit. It does what it's supposed to do. All right. I'm just saying, family. So the next thing here, one of my favorite apps or my favorite websites is Exodus.com. If you've ever been at any single conference that I've taught at or any single event that I've spoken at, this website has come up in the conversation. Now, I've been utilizing Exodus for years. I am not affiliated with Exodus or Little Snitch or FTX, or Little Snitch sounds like a rapper, right? A bad one. But Exodus is a really, really cool website because this allows us to download a wallet to our direct computer. All right. So my thing is this. You have so many options to keep your cryptocurrency in this wallet, that wallet. People always ask me, can I utilize the Jax wallet? Can I utilize the Trust wallet? Can I utilize the blockchain wallet, right? There's all sorts of wallets everywhere, right? But I really want you guys to understand, for me, Exodus is just the one I fell in love with because it was one of the first ones I tried. I haven't had any issues with it. It's a phenomenal wallet. They always update. They're always adding different features and different options onto it. Really, really powerful. So I like it a lot. And I haven't had any issues. And the students that have been using it haven't had any issues either, right? It gives you a lot of power, right? So what do I mean when I talk about Exodus gives you power? All right. So first things first, exodus.com. Make sure it says exodus.com. We got the little lock symbol right there. Very important. We're going to go right over to download. When we click download, notice now it shows us the desktop version and it shows us the mobile version. First things first, family. We will never be downloading the mobile version at all. We only want the desktop version. Okay. Why won't we be downloading the mobile version? Essentially, what happens is there are people that work inside of cell phone companies, whether it be AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, whatever, doesn't matter, right? Any phone service that you're utilizing can be at risk. And what do I mean at risk? Essentially, nefarious people, bad actors decide they may want to try to come in and take your cryptocurrency from you. They'll essentially log into the system, utilize what they have in the system, and they'll download all of your information to another phone by utilizing a SIM card. This is called a SIM swap attack, where they take a SIM card with all of your information as if you went into a store and asked for another SIM card. They'll put that new SIM card into a new phone. And you guys know what happens. Whenever you go get a brand new phone and they put that new SIM card in, all of your old apps automatically download to that new phone. So we don't like to utilize mobile when it comes to our crypto, because if we're keeping all of our cryptocurrency on apps, you're following my drip here, a random stranger could come in and steal your crypto like that. So we utilize desktop because we realize we're not going to let everybody and their mom utilize our computer. All right. Some of y'all got browser history anyway. I digress. So I want to make sure that when you guys are getting started, you come in with the right expectations and the right habits. And also when you're teaching your loved ones, your spouse, your community, your friends, you make sure that they know, hey, we have to do things in a certain order, because if we don't, we can run into a lot of issues. All right. So desktop, phenomenal when you get started. Now, when you go ahead and grab it, you're going to come down here to the bottom where it says download Exodus. All right. You click that and notice we got Windows. So go ahead and grab the Windows version if you have Windows. If you have a Mac, you can grab the Mac version. If you're very computer savvy, right, you can grab the Linux version. That's up to you. Totally your option. All right. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys understand that this is where a lot of your actual interactions with the exchanges will start to begin. And just to reiterate, everything I've shown you up until this point will be running through our Proton Mail, or if you choose to use Trash Mail, totally up to you. But I want you guys to have a secure email that we're running all of our financial information through. Please stop utilizing Gmails and Yahoos for your finances. It's the worst way. It's the worst way to keep things safe, right? We want to make sure you guys are having a completely separate email for, even if you're just utilizing it for your trading in general, like anything money related, just use Proton Mail. I'm telling you, it's much, much better, right? Now, from here, when you go ahead and you grab it, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like when you download it. Looks something like this, right? Aesthetically, it's pretty nice, right? You got different, cryptocurrencies here as well. When you're on the front page, it shows you, all the different cryptocurrencies that are in the market right here. Now, for me, I like this app a lot because, like I said, they always update it. There's always something new being put onto it, whether a new currency has a new update, or they're changing the staking rewards or things like that. It just gives you so many different options inside of here, right? So the first thing is this. When you come over here to the very right, then we're just going to go ahead and start on Cardano because we know it's a lot of people's favorite project, right? Shout out to Mike Sotero, right? So now we have our 3 dots over here to the right, all right? Now, understand when we're over here, check this out. You click here and it says earn rewards, advanced options, export address, export transactions, refresh blockchain, and view private keys, right? This is very powerful because the thing which most people don't understand that when they get started with crypto is this magical word called private keys, right? Private keys And seed phrases are literally the biggest wall that we have to keep the bad actors out of our funds. Okay. So what do I mean when I talk about private keys? Essentially, whenever you're making an account on something like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, they will never, ever give you your private keys. And it's not like they're trying to keep it away from you to be nefarious or anything like that. They're essentially making sure that you know that their job is not to keep your crypto safe. I'm being straight up with you. Binance, Coinbase, all of them, their job is not to keep your crypto safe. Their job is to make sure you have an on-ramp to get into crypto. That's it. Once you get in, you are out of their hands. They are not, wigging out trying to figure out what's the best way to keep your coin safe, right? They have certain levels of security, but we always hear stories about these different exchanges getting hacked, people coming in, stealing funds, doing different type of attacks on these websites, DDoS attacks, all of that stuff, right? And always ask everybody, if you have your cryptocurrency stored on something like Coinbase and they get shut down for whatever reasons, how are you going to get your funds off of that website? That's my thing, right? I don't want to see anybody on the wrong side of keeping their cryptocurrency secure. Okay. So things like Exodus are going to be your best friend once you really get into crypto. All right. Now, here we have view private keys. I want to click this for a second. I want to show you guys what it says. Are you sure you want to show your Cardano private keys? Be sure you're in a private location and no one can see your screen. Anyone viewing your private keys can steal your funds. And since I know, like, and trust all 300 of you guys, of course, I'm not going to show you my private keys. That's the whole point of it being private. I don't care if your grandma with a pot of macaroni and cheese, you're not seeing these private keys. All right. So really, really important that you guys understand that you never ever, it's like showing somebody your PIN code to your debit card or credit card, right? It's like showing somebody your social security number if you live in the United States, right? It's stuff that you never show anybody else. That is yours. It's private. It needs to stay that. When you do get involved, it's so many different options inside of the Exodus wallet that I love. You'll also notice over here, it says earn rewards 4.91%. All right. What exactly does that mean? Essentially, what this means is inside of the Exodus wallet, you can do something called staking. Right. I know some of you guys are like, staking. We talking about food right now? What you talking about? No, some of y'all just hungry. Y'all always hungry. No, we're not talking about food. When you stake a project, you're essentially promising not to sell it or trade it. And in turn, they're going to give you a yield for holding your coins on the network. Right. Essentially, well, sometimes as well, when you stake a project, they're using some of your project for liquidity to keep the network moving and, allowing other traders to go ahead and come in and out and having that liquidity readily available for those traders to have those transactions move really quickly. So for doing so, they reward you in certain, percentages, right? And they can do that because they know there's network fees. So people feel like they're just printing money out of nowhere, printing crypto. The network fees essentially are paying the people that are staking. So it's a win-win for everybody. Now, every coin essentially does have a different staking value. You can see here Cardano is almost 5%. Solana's a little bit lower at 4.7. We have another one here I was looking at with Algorand that's around 10.02, and Cosmos is just 16.86, right? This is beautiful right here. So you have options inside of what you do here. Now, understand, staking is a very different type of earning inside of crypto, but this wallet gives you the option to do so. And once again, you're not leaving it any random place. You're staking it in a wallet where you still have absolute ownership. That's my thing. People tell me, well, I can stake it in Coinbase. I can stake it over here. I can stake it in Kraken. Sure, you can do a lot of places. They offer it a lot of different places. But do you have the private keys to where you're staking your projects? Because if any of those websites that I just named go down, you won't have access to them. All right. And like I said, this isn't a website. This is a client that you downloaded to your computer, right? I remember somebody asked one time, they said, Kurt, what happens if Exodus goes out of business? Will I lose all my coins? I'm like, have you ever played solitaire on your computer before? A little card game, you play by yourself? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, so when the company goes out of business that made solitaire, does solitaire get deleted off of your computer? I was like, no. So what's the difference? Like they're not going to just close off this because and mind you, it's not a company that's looking for profit. It's not like they're selling you something inside of the Exodus wallet. This is just a service that's being provided to you. And when you download the client, right? Like by simply utilizing it, you're benefiting the network. So there isn't a hidden fee for downloading this, right? There is no going out of business. All right, guys. It's like saying Bitcoin's gonna go out of business. It's just for using it, you're helping, right? So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you're new. I know sometimes it's not a bad question, because sometimes you're just a little confused at how certain tools work in crypto, and you think, okay, this thing could just go away and I'm stuck somewhere. No, that's not how it works. You're good to go. Okay. Now, one of the other features that are really cool, because we've already talked about the security with the private keys. Mind you, get private keys for every single coin, right? There's different private keys for almost every project. Unless it's an Ethereum network project, it's going to have the same private key as your Ethereum address, right? But if you're looking at something like Polkadot, from Cosmos to Litecoin to Stellar, they're all going to have their own unique individual private keys. All right, guys. Now, one of my favorite features right here is the exchange, right? This wallet that you've downloaded to your computer has a built-in exchange. All right. This for me was it. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me if I want to get a project, I don't have to go all the way back to Coinbase? I don't have to go all the way back over to Kraken or crypto.com. I could just swap out from inside of here. Oh, this is beautiful. Now, the next question most people say is, well, Kurt, can I upload my credit card here and buy Bitcoin? No. You'll be taking your Bitcoin from those other apps that I talked to you guys about, like the Coinbases and the Binances and the crypto.coms and the Krakens, and you'll be bringing them to this wallet. Well, why would I want to do that, Kurt? Once again, if you leave them on those websites or those apps, they're in danger. That's one. And two, you don't have absolute ownership because they don't give you private keys. Okay. So you want to have them someplace you have that ownership. Exodus is a phenomenal place to do that. All right. The other side of it is, like I said, once you're here, let's say you live, I don't know, different part of the world, anywhere may suit you, but let's say you live in a different part of the world, and certain exchanges that you utilize don't offer certain projects. Okay, check this out. If you look here, let's say right now, man, Kurt, I keep hearing the lawsuit with XRP is going to be up really soon. I want to know how to get XRP. Well, let's just say we want to come here and we know, oh, there's a way for us to grab XRP. We can come right into the app and say, XRP may be listed here. Let's go ahead and grab some BTC. Just search it, right? I'm looking. All right. XRP is here. Now I don't even have to go back on Coinbase because Coinbase won't let me buy it. Won't let me buy XRP right now. But I can swap out my Bitcoin for the XRP within my own wallet. Oh, and when I grab it, I also have the ownership, so I don't have to worry about moving it around anymore. I simply swapped out for another project that I'm interested in. Now I have it. I have that ownership, and I'm good to go. So now when the court case ends for XRP and it's ready to potentially go higher, now I have the option to just simply sit back and watch the fireworks go crazy, right? It gives you that ability to kind of circumvent all of that different moving around when you simply can just come right in, grab the product you want, and you're good to go. And like I said, they update this wallet frequently. So now if there's a new coin that's picking up a lot of traction, they offer that project here within the next week or so. You're good to go. You don't have to look around. They'll just add it into the wallet and you're good, right? This is the power that I want you guys to have when it's time to make moves, all right? Let's say the cryptocurrency market is dropping, right? You're like, oh man, Kurt, I'm not really too keen on some of this stuff that's happening in the market. I want to get out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and just let this drop finish all the way, right? What can we do, right? Well, myself and Mike, we're big fans of projects like, USDC, right? USD coin. So now we can swap out from Bitcoin into USD coin right within our wallet. So now I don't have to go back to Coinbase and go back to Kraken and go back to crypto.com. I can do this right from my Exodus wallet, from my computer, and I can wait on the sideline. And once I'm ready to come back in, all right, now, let's see here. Once I'm ready to come back in and I'm holding USDC, I can now swap from that back into Bitcoin, right? Or from that, I can swap back into, all right, Ethereum. if I choose to, right? This gives me all the power that I'm looking for, one-stop shop, right? This isn't a whole lot of jumping around trying to figure this project out from that project. I have all the options I need right in front of me, and there isn't a lot of friction to get it done. All right. So I know a lot of times when people see this, they're like, man, Kurt, I wish I'd known this a while ago. I wish I was able to grab this. I wish I was able to grab that. Right. So the thing is, as long as that project is within Exodus, you're good to go. Right. Now, it doesn't have every single coin in the world. I promise you that's not the case. Right. But it definitely gives you the option to come in and swap out certain projects. Now, a lot of times people will tell me, well, Kurt, I tried to swap out this project for another and it wouldn't let me. The only time you're going to have an issue swapping coins from one to another is when you're utilizing Ethereum-based projects, right? This is the one thing most people don't know. When you're utilizing, let's say something like USDC, prime example. USDC is an ERC20 token. That means it's based off of Ethereum's code, meaning we can't just simply go crazy swapping this back and forth. We're going to have to pay fees to the Ethereum network. So we're going to need to have a little bit of Ethereum inside of our wallet to allow transactions to go through if we're going to be doing a few swaps back and forth from USDC into other projects, right? So it just helps to have that idea in your head. So I don't want you guys trying to figure out, oh man, I thought I was good and I can't move this around. You need to have a little bit of Ethereum, all right? Now, if you don't have any ETH, but you got Bitcoin, you can always swap from Bitcoin to ETH and not have to deal with the weirdness when it comes to fees, but that's pretty much the best option I give you guys. So you'll know how to navigate it once it's time to start moving things around, all right? Now, like I said, this is one of my favorite wallets. I really, really like Exodus. It's great, but simply mobile is too risky to utilize. Desktop will give us everything we're looking for. But some people keep telling me, Kurt, I just want to look at the numbers fluctuate. I got to see all my coins going up and down in value. I love it. I just got to know what it looks like. Listen, the FTX app will give you all of what you need to track your projects. I told you guys, you don't have to trade with this app. You can simply just track and keep an eye on what your portfolio looks like. What I like to do, what Mike likes to do, we'll make multiple different portfolios inside of the FTX app in our tracking. So now I'll have my main cap coins, my mid cap coins, and my low cap coins. And then I got like my fun projects off the side where I'm keeping an eye on some stuff that's like, I know it's just crazy risky, but I put like, 72 cents in there and I want to see what it does. Right. So always make sure that you guys are keeping everything in nice, even, organized portfolio. So that way you'll know what your holdings are looking like. And maybe you guys want to keep one on a watch list, but not actually, hold the coin. You can do that here as well. And you don't have to worry about anybody hacking into this app and taking your crypto because we don't have any crypto here. We're simply just keeping an eye on the products that we already hold or the ones that we're looking to hold. All right. Really, really important, family. Now, moving forward, after we've already gotten involved with Exodus and we're getting really good at, understanding how this works, the next thing I want you guys to look into is the ledgers, right? Now, this is the part where your portfolio it got some zeros, right? You guys might have started with 100 and now you added a zero, right? Maybe another zero, right? So I want to make sure you guys are really utilizing this the right way because sometimes you go from 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 in the cryptocurrency space really fast. Y'all know, you guys know how Bitcoin and the rest of the market can move when it's on, right? So with that being said, once you get a couple commas, right, I need you to know, because everybody always says, Kurt, when will I know when it's time to move my funds from the Exodus to something like a ledger? How will I know? When you look at those numbers and say, that's a lot of money. That's when you know, okay? I can't tell you what a lot of money is because we all got a different definition of what a lot of money looks like. But you'll know when you're uncomfortable with having a certain amount of zeros on your laptop. That's the best way I can describe it to you, okay? Now, this device is really, really cool because when you have this allows you to store your cryptocurrency in a way where it's called cold storage, okay? The Exodus wallet is considered a hot wallet, meaning it's always connected to the internet. It's never going to be off. Because people say, when I cut my laptop off, Kurt, well, all my coins missed the value. I got to keep it on all day so Bitcoin stays the same price. You don't have to, it doesn't work that way. The moment you get logged back into it, it's automatically going to update. It's just how the crypto market works. It's not like you're going to shoot this bad boy off into space and your Bitcoin's going to stay at 60K when you get up there. It's the moment it gets back on the network, because that's the only way to move it, it's going to update the price. So it's no, I had an old guy ask me, he was like, man, I got my Bitcoin, he told me his Bitcoin was still at 20K way back in 2018. And I said, how is your Bitcoin at 20K? He said, I bought it and I just put it in a wallet. I'm like, it's the same price as everybody else's Bitcoin. No, I haven't logged back in. I'm like, oh Lord. So he thought because he didn't look at it, the price was still at 20 and it was way down at 3K. I was like, bro, it's at 3K with everybody else's Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin isn't special. All right. So I need you to know that, family. It's not how this stuff works. But the Ledger Nanos are cold storage because now you're not going to be keeping your cryptocurrency on the internet every time you log into it. You're going to be able to have that ability to say, hey, I'm plugging this into my computer. Now I'm actually checking my wallet. Now it's considered cold storage because you choose when to plug it back onto the network. All right, guys. Now, the other side of this is this. If you ever lose or break or this gets corrupted in any way, your crypto is not gone. All right. This device is simply just a remote, right? It's a little remote that allows you to keep track of your holdings. All right. If it's broken, lost, stolen, you can simply order another one. All right. And like we talked about before, when you have your private keys and seed phrases, this allows you to have that ability to log back into devices, right? Like nothing ever happened. Same thing with our Exodus wallet. If your laptop ever gets broken, corrupted, or stolen, you write down those seed phrases and private keys when you set all of this up. At any moment, if it breaks or it gets stolen or something, you'll log back into it again. You put all that information, your private keys, seed phrases, all of it will pop right back up again. All right, guys. So you have the ability to restore everything. I just want you guys to understand how important it is once you have this stuff. Right now, Ledger, just a remote. If it's broken, you can order a new one. Now, my biggest thing right now is this. Notice how we have the Ledger website. We have Amazon. We have, this is a completely different wallet here. Let's see. We got eBay. We got Best Buy, right? We got a lot of different sites right now, right? I want you guys to understand something. You can never buy this device from anywhere but the Ledger site. All right? You got to know this right now, family. But some of you guys are like, but Kurt, I was looking around and I found a Ledger for a good price on eBay. I'm going to use that to buy some more Cardano because that's what Mike Sotero told me to buy. Or shout out to Mike. What's up, bro? I know you love your Cardano. Now, with that being said, you cannot buy this from any other site because what happens is people will go inside of an Amazon or an eBay, Best Buy, get these devices, take them home, right? They'll open up this little box that it comes in, all right? Get into it, crack it open, put a bunch of little nefarious devices inside of there, hack it, bubble wrap it, vacuum seal it up real nice, and ship it back or go back into Amazon or go back into Best Buy and say, hey, you know what? I really wasn't feeling this one. I never really got a chance to even use it. Can I turn it back in for a refund? They'll look at it and say, yeah, it looks like you haven't opened it. No, I didn't even open it. They'll put this bad boy right back on the shelf with it being hacked. And now you come in and buy it because Kurt told me to come in and get myself a Ledger. And now you go home, you load it up with your cryptocurrency. A week later, it's empty. All right? Because you went and bought it from a third-party site or a third-party store. Get it directly from the source, family. Don't even, like you see, this is the only thing I click on is Ledger. I don't even entertain on this other stuff. Get it directly from the website. When you buy this, it should say shop.ledger.com on the browser. All right. I need you guys to understand that, right? Because there's no way to check if the ledger's been hacked outside of opening the ledger. That's too much extra work for something simple. Well, you can go right to the source and get it. Because I promise you, when you buy it from these guys, they're not sending you a refurbished one. That's not how this works, right? You get that boy fresh off the line. All right. So I need you to really understand, like, people have been taken advantage of, trying to find easy or cheap ways around this stuff. This will probably be the first time that you're going to come in to purchase something when it comes to security. Now, you don't have to get the Ledger Nano X. There's different versions of it. Right. Me personally, I like the Ledger Nano S. Right. I think this one's awesome. Right? I use this one still to this day. It's just buttons. Right. It's nothing out of the norm. This one here is a Ledger Nano S Plus. I like this one. This is the newest one they just created because I've actually ordered some. I'm waiting on it to show up. This is the newest one that they've created because now you can actually store your NFTs on this one now. And I'm like, ooh, new buttons. right? So this is definitely something I was really excited about. So like I said, guys, when I make these videos for you guys, a lot of times I have to consistently remake these because it's always something new going on in crypto. I'm like, man, I just made a whole video about security. They got a whole new ledger. Now I got to make a new video, right? So this was the newest one they just came out with, just created, and it's NFT friendly. So, and it's DeFi friendly as well. So with myself and Mike, that's right up our alley, right? We're all five going into NFTs, DeFi, altcoins. Listen, this ledger is going to be our best friend. All right. So just want you guys to understand, this is really, really important stuff. If you're trying to skip the process and I don't need none of that, I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything I want off OpenSea and I'm gonna leave it inside of my MetaMask, you're gonna have a hard time, family. You're gonna have a hard time. I don't want to see you guys on the wrong side of security, but I keep telling people, as more capital shows up in this space, and it is and will continue to, the bad actors are gonna continue to show up. We just saw one of the worst crypto hacks we've ever seen from the what is it? The Terra Luna network, right? So I want you guys to really know, like, it's the level of security has to be there. It's top priority. All right, guys. So Ledger Nano S, the S Plus. I really like the S Plus right now because it's, simplistic, good price point, and it gives you all the amenities of having DeFi and NFT friendly software inside of where you're storing your crypto. It just makes sense. It just makes sense, right? So my next question to you guys is, once you have your Exodus wallet, right? You have your Ledger, right? Now, what's the next you got to be looking into? Me personally, and this is a little extra, right? We're getting into like the paid side of security now. So all your options, like I said before, I am not affiliated with anything I'm showing you. This is stuff that I use personally because it's been keeping me safe the entire time. Now, the next thing is this. The Shield Folio is one of my favorite books to utilize when it comes to keeping your data safe. What I mean, your data. Those private keys and seed phrases that I was just talking about. A lot of people say, I'm just going to go to the dollar store, I'll buy a little book from the dollar store and keep it safe. No big deal. I like this book so much because it's built for crypto, right? For your private keys, your seed phrases. It gives you everything you need for your login information, your email, two-factor authentication, all of that one-stop shop, right? Now, people say, well, I'm going to just go to the dollar store because I can do all of that. I can write it down myself. Or you can come here because the dollar store book's not waterproof. Just saying, all right? Also, dollar store book is not tear resistant. I'm just saying. All right. So I would rather you have something that's going to stand the test of time. I had one over here. I ordered another one just now. Well, not just now, it's like a week ago. But I'll show you guys. It comes in a little, a little bag like this. Nothing too crazy. And it's a nice size book. It's nothing like, it's not like a giant, notebook. But it gives you what you need, right? Quick little book, little durable. You see it's nice laminated pages, right? Nice, good. Nothing over the top. You can see here. Like, this is me trying to tear a page, just bending. All right, you can see there, nice bend to it, but nothing's tearing. Right, so it gives you that ability to have a book that's going to stand the test of time. Because here's the question: are you looking to build quick money, or are you looking to build a legacy? If you're looking to build a legacy, you need something that's going to stand the test of time, so you can pass this down from generation to generation. A waterproof and tear-resistant proof book, I believe, will do a good job of passing that legacy down like we intended. Because if something happens to you, those private keys and seed phrases are the only things going to allow your loved ones to be able to tap into all this work and effort that you put into the market now. All right, family. So I need you to understand, I'm not just giving you busy work. This is literally the stuff that I think about when I think about people changing their lives for the rest of their lives. You have to do the smart work now. Future-proof yourself now. All right. Think about how your grandchildren are going to be like, man, what made you get a book that was waterproof and tear resistant? Because I knew I had to give this to you at some point, and I couldn't do it with a dollar store book because our legacy was too important to pass it down to something that was going to tear down or tear apart on its own through the passages of time. I refuse to let that be the thing that we allow to happen because we simply didn't think about the future well enough. Waterproof, tear resistant, phenomenal, right? Now, right after we get that, there's also an option for this little, I don't know. This is, for me, it's just my little secret squirrel coming out. We all want to be little spies when we was kids. We played secret squirrel, right? This is one of those ghost pens where it has the invisible ink on it. And when you shine the light on it, it shows the actual words that you've written down. This is cool to me because we actually got in touch with these guys. This is military grade chemicals inside of that ink. so it's not going to wear out over time and just smudge and go away. They said the ink will last longer than the book will. And I'm like, well, I don't think this book's going to break down anytime soon. And they was like, and that's what I was waiting on you to say. So we all got everything where we needed it. So I felt like this was beautiful, because if somebody ever picked your book up and looked at it like, oh, there's nothing in here, and you flash that light, boom, there we go, right? Got all your information ready to roll, easy peasy, right? Just tell the kids, go into a room with a dark light, go on laser tag, you got all your private keys right there, right? But I thought this was cool, something really nice, to line up for you guys. And I mean, yes, it is a little bit of money. You got $45 for the book, and then it's another like $15 for the pen. I get it. If you don't want to do that, it's all optional. For me, I feel like it was worth it, because it's a one-time purchase. I don't have to worry about buying, 4 or 5 of these books every other week or every other month, because one's all it's going to take. All right. The other thing that I want you guys to look into after you get done making a decision, if you want the Shield Folio book or the Stone book and the Ghost pen, is deciding to get yourself a fireproof bag. I feel like this is the last piece of the puzzle when it comes to storage. Now, I got one off of Amazon, right? It wasn't a special brand. I just found one I liked and I grabbed it. It was like, I think like $12, right? It wasn't, it might have been like 20. It might have been like 20 or 30, right? But at the end of the day, guys, it's a fireproof bag, right? It's nothing over the top. Something you can just put your ledger in, your Stone book in, and you store it somewhere in a box, all right? You want to make sure, because if something happens, let's say you come home from work one day and everything's burned down, and you're like, oh my God, and you run into the house, you open up the closet, you're like, oh my gosh, all my clothes, everything's gone. And you open up that box and you see that fireproof bag sitting there like, oh, because your ledger and your private keys and your seed phrases are safe in the fireproof bag with the waterproof book with the tear-resistant pages. All right. And if the water ever did get into the ledger, right, and mess it up, we got all the seed phrases and private keys written down in the book, right? Make sense? Is it clicking for you guys? Is it starting to resonate with you for a little? Because I'm just making sure you guys are understanding where I'm going with this stuff. All right. Everything needs to be for a purpose and for longevity. All right. And I know we went through a lot, but I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So I'm going to make sure we got everything we need all together. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So this is one of the first things, like I said, I'm going to tell you guys about. This is laptop security right here, right? This is where we talked about getting a good, antivirus, something that you can utilize, make sure your computer is not going to be susceptible to any viruses, right? So make sure you get, on your mobile devices too. Now, I don't really like to put anything on mobile, but I know some of you guys don't listen to me, right? A network connection detector, so you'll know different things to look out for. That's why I told you guys about Little Snitch. A webcam microphone activity detector as well. This is all like next level stuff if you want to go that far with it, because some of you guys are like, I'm moving big money around, Kurt. I need to know if anybody's tapping into my webcam, my microphone, they listening to me, all of that. Right. So definitely for your laptop security, you want to check those things out. The next thing is for your network security, right? So you can get yourself a network scanner. This is one, the Arrow, I think it's the Arrow security subscription is from Microsoft or Amazon. I'm not for sure. I think it's one of the two. But this is like one-stop shop if you want to get like that network security that just scans everything and keeps everything up to snuff, so you don't have to worry about anything weird going on in the background. That'll definitely kind of take care of all that stuff, so you don't have to do a whole lot of research looking around for that. All right. Now, this is your web browser security, right? Suspicious website tracker, right? You can verify it yourself. Now, I suggest you bookmark any website you're utilizing frequently, right? So we talk about DeFi Llama, we talk about, CoinGecko, even Coinbase, right? Exodus. We want to make sure we're bookmarking those websites, because those are the ones we're going to be utilizing frequently. So you don't want to get caught going to the wrong one, because all it takes for them to put the wrong letter somewhere and they're paying Google to be on the top page. Because I've seen it happen before with Exodus back in the day. Before it was Exodus.com, it was Exodus.io. And they had ended up putting like Exodus, but they had used like it was like a weird spelling that they did with it. And it threw everybody off. People were going to the wrong website, downloading a already cracked version of the app. And it was all bad, and people were getting caught on the wrong side of it. So bookmark the sites that we're talking about and make sure you keep them on your browser, so that we don't have to worry about typing them in all the time. You got your go-tos, and they'll be right there. And that way, nobody's messing with it or trying to trick you and make you go to the wrong website. Now, email security, right? End-to-end encrypted email, obviously Proton Mail, right? And if they were ever hacked, they can't read your emails anyway, because even employees at Proton Mail can't check your emails, right? Now, two-factor authentication is a must. Hear me out with this. When you set up two-factor authentication, do not do SMS. It makes no sense. If they do the SIM swap, they already got everything they need to just send a text message to the phone and get into it anyway. So don't set up SMS as a two-factor authentication. Download the Google Authenticator app, something like that, and then write down the passcodes to that once you get it. It goes a long way, family. Never do SMS. You know, that text message stuff is not secure. All right. And use disposable emails. We talked about that, like trash mail and yacht mail. Yacht mail is optional. Trash mail is fine. All right. And you can, like I said, forward in those emails as well. And go through your Google security checks often, because some of you guys are not going to listen to me. I do these calls, I do these courses for a reason, but a lot of times people will still come to me and say, Kurt, I was using my Gmail. I'm more comfortable with Gmail. I didn't want to get all into some other emails. I'm like, it takes 2 minutes, bro. Like, really? Anyway, if you're going to use Google because you're hard-headed and you're just being insubordinate and I got to write you up, make sure that you guys are checking your security often with your Googles, because I just, it irks my soul. I always get these weird inboxes like, my crypto's missing. And I'm like, you downloaded the app, didn't you? How did you know? Because you didn't listen. All right. So, all right, look at connected apps, device history, all of that when you're looking at the Google checks, right? And don't click on phishing emails. Just don't. If it's a PDF, don't click on it. If it's a website or email that you've never seen before, if it's in your junk mail and it says crypto, spree, you won something, or hi, I'm Charles Hoskinson and I'm going to give you free Cardano. Mike Sotero sent me. It's fake. It's fake. All right. It's not real. All right, guys. I'm telling you right now, don't fall for that stuff. Myself, Mike, any crypto educator, we will never email you, inbox you, anything on these social medias or inboxes about anything crypto related. We're not going to hit you up and say, how's your trading going? I know y'all fall for that stuff on IG every day. It's not us, okay? And listen, be skeptical of every file or message by default, right? It's the best way to keep yourself safe in crypto, family. Now, the other thing I want to show you guys really quickly before we wrap up is MetaMask. Now, the MetaMask Chrome extension, right, is one of the ones that everybody utilizes. It's one of the biggest things that we take advantage of in the cryptocurrency space. But the thing about MetaMask is you have to make sure that when you utilize MetaMask, you go through and you set up all the things that we talk about the right way. This will give you your, seed phrase for this wallet, so it has good security. But we've also done research on MetaMask, and there's videos inside of our sessions that we break down how to make sure your MetaMask is decentralized and secure. And you utilize MetaMask with almost, all of your NFTs on Ethereum's network. You're going to utilize MetaMask with almost everything in DeFi. So there's no getting around utilizing MetaMask, but we want to make sure you guys have a certain respect and reverence for MetaMask, and you're using it to keep yourself safe. All right. And like I said, if you're going to use any email, Proton Mail, please. All right, family. So this class definitely went exactly as I expected. Everything lined up beautiful. The timing was phenomenal. So it's not a too long video. You guys are going to be able to come in, rewatch it, send all of your new students here. If you are new, welcome. Congratulations. You're going to get started the right way the first time. All right. Because I know how it goes when it's your first few days in crypto. You're like, I thought I just had to download Coinbase. I'm like, nah, bruh. You got some work to do. You got to set some stuff up. Right. So after you've done all those things, setting up your email, getting everything set up the right way, getting the FTX app so you can start, putting your watch list together and your portfolio list together. Outside of that, family, those are the things we're looking for just to make sure your security is where it needs to be. And like I said, Proton Mail, the Little Snitch website, keeping everything where it needs to be, just giving you guys a good blueprint to allow yourself to be duplicatable, even with your team, family. Make sure that when you bring new people into the company, when they come into DCX, because crypto obviously is the future, we want to make sure that they have all the tools they need to stay on the right side of this. It is so easy to get caught up in the hype because crypto's fun. It is. It's innovative. It's exciting. It's new. It's fast paced. But you have to slow down in the beginning to get everything you need done right the first time, because if you don't, you're going to have a horrible experience at some point, and it can leave a really bad taste in your mouth and turn you off from one of the largest financial wealth transfers in human history. And I hate to see that happen to somebody who simply didn't take the time to do the things they needed to do the first time. All right, guys. So with all that being said, you guys have an awesome, awesome evening. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next session in the boot camp. We're going to be getting into Fibonacci, family. So you guys have an awesome evening. See you guys tomorrow. And as usual, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. I'm out.
Wow. Wasn't that wonderful information, guys? For those individuals who are watching and you've never set up your crypto portfolio, I just let you in on some tips to get set up the right way in crypto. Take your time with this. The first thing is making sure that you follow the steps that was provided here. So get you a Proton Mail email account because it is safe. It is secure. It does not operate like Gmail. It does not operate like AOL or Yahoo. But this is one of those secure email systems that allows you to receive correspondence as it relates to cryptocurrency, and it is safe and secure, so that's no way for anyone to be able to hack or get inside of your correspondence. So even if you set up an account for some crypto and they give you passwords, things that nature, you send them through your Proton email so that no one can have access to that information. You run the risk of having your information compromised when you're using websites like Google and Yahoo and Ymail and things of that nature. So go back and watch this video and follow the instructions. But first, get that Proton Mail, start buying you some cryptocurrency. And when you set up your account, make sure you utilize your Proton Mail as your email response for setting up your crypto portfolio. And then make sure that you get a ledger. The prices of these devices are also in this live session. So take your time and make sure that you gather enough information so that you can get started, at least taking one step at a time, getting yourself prepared to safely grow your legacy, to safely grow your accounts in crypto. We do know that crypto is the next currency, and it is on its way to be the world's currency. So start getting yourself prepared right now before it's too late and you're trying to scramble to get all this stuff together. And especially if the price and the cost of these devices go up, just like everything else is going up. So I hope you guys was able to appreciate that information. Share this with people. I have a link. So for those, because I pay for this information and I'm sharing it with you for free, but I pay for this every month. And it helps me to have information on how to move about in the markets, how to trade in the markets. But I definitely, like to share information with everyone that is on my friends list. So not that you're gonna get free information all the time. I work hard for what I'm able to obtain, and paying for this is worth the money, and because I learned so much. Okay, and I'm able to do things that most people are still trying to figure out. But the fact that I have access to educators like the gentleman that you just saw here, we pay them to give us information. They do very extensive research in the markets to make sure that everything that they provide for us is within accuracy. And let me tell you, this particular platform, the trades that go out from these educators are anywhere between 85 to 95% accurate. Okay, so that's one thing that you can definitely count on. And also tomorrow, I want to make an announcement on tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will have the CEO of this particular trading platform well, we will actually have access to hear what he has to say based upon the state of the markets, based upon the state of the foreign exchange markets and stocks and investing. His name is Christopher Terry. He's going to be on with us on tomorrow evening. So I would suggest that you reach out to me, because I do count it as invite only. Mr. Terry is a multi-billionaire. And the fact that he is very, very close knit to the community that I am a part of, that he has decided to come on and basically talk about the state of stocks and investing, and also what we're getting ready to do with the travel industry. So you definitely want to know. You definitely want to be a part of this, and you definitely want to hear what he has to say. Guys, only thing all I can say is right now that we all need to be very cautious and very aware of what's happening happening around us. Keep your ears to the ground and keep your feet to the fire, so that you'll know how to move about, what adjustments needs to be made in your finances, because we are in a recession, and inside of the recession is inflation. And I can tell that it is really hurting a lot of people. It's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting everyone, because now you're having to almost triple double pay for the very necessity items that you have to use every single day. So I know that can be very, very hard on individuals and people. So make sure you get on tomorrow. Invite only. DM me. You can DM me. You can also reach out to me, and you can call this number, or you can reach out to me, and you can call this number that's flashing across the screen, so that you could get on that list. Or you can look at one of my posts. I did post something about it earlier today. There is a link that you can sign in, and you can register to be on that call with the Christopher Terry, multi-billionaire. And he is the creator of the largest trading investment platform in the world, guys, which happens to be I Am Mastery Academy. And you definitely want to know what he has to say. This company has been featured in Forbes magazine several times, and we're all over the world. So guys, I know you see other people getting bots. They're sharing information about this individual making several thousands of dollars. But guys, let me help you understand something. Those bots only last for a certain period of time, a small period of time. And the people that are at the top, or the people that are a part of the Ponzi schemes, they're definitely getting paid. Whereas most people's money are being held in reserve. So when they shut down, your money goes with it when you're dealing with bot systems. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there. One thing about the trading platform that we have here is it is a legacy company. It's already been registered, and you have to have multiple millions of dollars in order to be regulated in some of the other countries that we are in at this point. So we've hit the Asian markets, and we're already in Europe, of course, United States. And you have to have multiple $1 million in order to just get this type of education, this type of platform in a country, because government policies are totally different, and their government regulations are totally different. So think about that. You're not going to find a group of people that are using bots those bots are all over the world, that people are able to use it all over the world, and it's long lasting. I Am Master Academy is a legacy company, and that's what we stand by. And I just wanted to share that with you on today. So tomorrow, make sure you hop on that call with Christopher Terry, who is the CEO of I Am Master Academy. He's going to be sharing some great information with you, how we're getting ready to implement the travel industry, and we're implementing stocks, guys. So not only stocks, travel, you got crypto, you got Forex, and you have online stores. So this is a one-stop shop. So with that being said, good night, everyone. Thank you so very much for watching. Go back and replay this video so that you can learn how to properly set up yourself with your crypto wallets and your crypto portfolio. Okay, I'll talk to you soon, and leave a comment to share that this information was very helpful to you. Okay, talk to you soon. Have a good night.